Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Ivy English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today, we have the first of two short articles for you, and the one we'll do first is entitled, Marine Life May Benefit from Pandemic Lockdown.
好，我们的中文标题是封城还给海洋动物较安静的环境啊，这个 lockdown 就是封锁啊，就我们讲的封城啊。那这个 pandemic， 我想现在大家大概应该都对这个字很熟了哈，它就是一个疾病的大流行啊，那个 PAN 就是 all 的意思啊，所以就是这个流行非常广泛的一个疾病。
All right, I'll read through this long paragraph, and then we will happily go back and reread each sentence and explain them, or all of them, for you.In an article published in April, scientists reported that the coronavirus lockdown will probably have a positive effect on whales and other marine life. David Barkley, assistant professor of oceanography at Dalhousie University and co-author of the paper, announced that there was a drop in underwater noise pollution between January and April of 2020. During the winter and spring, the crisis brought transportation to a halt, including ships. Barclay examined two sites and found a significant drop in low-frequency sound associated with ships. Noises at this frequency are known to affect marine mammals. For instance,Ship noise has been associated with chronic stress in baleen whales in prior studies. For oceanographers, this has provided them with a chance to study marine life in a uniquely calm environment.
Okay, so in an article published in April, scientists told this story that the coronavirus lockdown,A lockdown is when everyone is sort of kept in place. Usually we use the word lockdown for jails. However, now that we had this pandemic, it's the first time in my life I've ever seen lockdown applied to the general population. That was a new use for lockdown for me.
Me too. And that goes back a while.
Yeah. More of a while than me. Anyway, so this lockdown where everyone's forced to stay in place,will probably have a positive effect on whales and other marine life. I'm going to say a temporary positive effect because as everyone came out of lockdown, you know,
the shipping
started
again.
Yeah, because capitalism.
Yeah. 好，所以这个地方讲到说，在一篇文章哈 ，in an article， 那这文章呢是 published in April 4月出版的一篇文章里面呢，这科学家们 reported 他们报道啊，谈到这个新冠肺炎呢，它产生的这个 lockdown 就是一个封锁哈。那这个 lockdown 这个字本来通常用在监狱哈，但现在这一次因为这个新冠肺炎呢，所以这个字现在大家都关在家里面哈，也用这一个 lockdown 的。所以科学家说呢，这个新冠肺炎引起的这个 lockdown 呢，可能 probably 可能会有一个 positive 正面的 effect 影响啊 on 在谁方面，在谁身上有正面的影响呢？在鲸鱼还有其他的 marine life 啊，这个海洋生物上面会有影响啊，会有正面的影响。那 marine life 这个 life 在这里指的是 living things collectively 啊，就所有活着的东西集合啊，所以 marine life 是海洋生物。那另外一个注意这个片语 have an effect on something 或者 somebody。David
Barkley, assistant professor of oceanography at Dalhousie University and co-author of the paper, announced that there was a drop in underwater noise pollution between January and April of 2020. Okay, we're at Dalhousie University in eastern Canada with an assistant professor, David Barkley. He was a co-author of a paper. That means he wasn't alone in writing it. At least two people prepared an academic or scientific paper.And in it, they stated that there was a decrease in underwater noise pollution between the months of January and April of this year. And we'll find out later why that's good news. Of course, less pollution suggests that something is better.
好，所以这个David Barclay， 他是一个助理教授在哪里是什么样哪一方面助理教授呢？是这个 Oceanography， 就是海洋学的助理教授。那在哪里呢？在这个Dalhousie University， 这个是在加拿大东部的一个大学那还有 co-author 共同作者 of the paper， 他 announced that 宣布好 there was a drop 在这里当然是个名词就是一个减低an abrupt fall 突然掉下来，或者是 decrease 那一个突然的减低，在哪方面的减低？数量的减低呢？在 underwater 就是水下的 noise pollution 噪音污染方面，这个有一个减低所以海洋里面噪音污染减低了。那这什么时候发生呢？这个是在1月跟4月2020年的1月跟4月之间发生的。
Now, why did that happen? Why was there a sudden drop in noise pollution? Well, during the winter and spring, the crisis, the pandemic, everyone being locked in place and not being able to go anywhere, also brought transportation to a halt. Transportation is moving people or goods, and a halt is a stop. And this included, of course, ships, because if people aren't buying things or things are not needing to be moved, the ships are not going to move around, so they're going to stop. And if they stop, then they're not going to make noise, therefore the noise is going to drop.
好，那这里呢，各位注意一下，这个 to bring something to a halt 就是让某个东西停止或者停摆的意思halt 就是暂停那比较少，但是偶尔你也可以听到有人讲说 brought a halt to something 那就是 ended something 的意思。好，所以这个地方讲到说，在这个冬天跟春天，也就是这个1月到4月之间呢 ，the crisis 就是指这个新冠肺炎的这个危机，它使得 transportation 使得交通暂停了，停摆了。那这个交通是哪方面的交通呢？这个交通包括 ships， 包括船运交通都停摆了。
Barclay examined 2 sites and found a significant drop in low-frequency sound associated with ships. So our scientist here, David Barclay, he looked at carefully. He examined 2 sites, 2 places in eastern Canada. And what did he find? He found a significant drop, a clear difference in low-frequency sound associated with ships. Ships make sound as they move through the ocean. It's very low. It's not a high-pitched sound. It's a low-frequency or low-pitched sound. That would be P-I-T-C-H, and we add an E-D to that. P-I-T-C-H-E-D, low-pitched, low-frequency sound, which is normal. It's associated with ships making that sound.
You know, if you've ever been on a large ship, like a ferry or something, you'll know, like, you have a sense of relief when they turn the engines off. You're like, it's just, you just feel more relaxed. And so I can imagine that the animals who are having these ships pass over them every day are like, oh, God.
Yeah, 好，所以这个如果说各位坐过那个轮船或者坐过游轮的话游轮可能还好一点了，它会想办法把那个引擎声音隔开但是其他的船的话，那个引擎声音其实是很那种低频的那种噪音那个听着其实不太舒服的所以我们可以看到这个地方他讲到说这个 Barclay 他怎么样 examined 他检视2 sites 就是2个地点sites 就是地点，然后他发现一个 significant 就是 noteworthy 就是值得注意的，换句话说相当显著的一个 drop 一个减少。在哪方面的减少呢？用的机械词是 in 在这个 low frequency sound 就是低频声音方面有减少，而且这个低频的声音是怎么样？是 associated with ships， 就是这个 associated with 就跟什么有关所以这个地方就是说他们发现呢跟船只有关的这种低频声音有一个很显著的减少。
Now, noises at this frequency are known to affect marine mammals. What's frequency? Frequency is basically a way to measure vibration, and pitch is another way to say the vibration of sound, although it's not frequency and pitch are not exactly equal, but they're all describing the same thing, which is the vibration made by sound. So noises at this frequency, this low frequency, make marine animals feel bad. It makes people feel bad. It makes everybody feel bad.
没错哈，所以这个 noises 就是噪音哈 ，at this frequency 在这个频率上面的噪音啊 ，frequency 就是我们中文讲的频率。那 at 是表示一个数字哈，所以呢，因为频率是个数字嘛，所以 at this frequency 哈，所以在这个频率的这个 noises 的噪音呢 ，are known to 就是已知会怎么样哈 ，are known to 已知道，我们已经知道它会 affect 会影响 marine mammals 就是海洋的哺乳类动物。
Okay, we have an example now of this sound affecting mammals in the ocean. Here's, for instance, or for example, ship noise has been associated with chronic stress in baleen whales in prior studies. In prior studies means before this study by Barclay and other professors. They noted, other researchers noted that a kind of whale called the baleen whale suffered chronic stress, continued pressure or stress with the constant noise made from ships passing overhead.
好，所以 for instance， 例如呢 ，ship noise 就是船只所制造出来的噪音呢 ，has been associated with 就是已经跟什么，大家已经找到他们之间的关联了。跟什么之间有关联呢？跟这个 chronic stress 就是慢性的或者长期的压力有关。好 ，chronic 就是 lasting for a long time， 好，所以长期的压力、慢性的压力，好，大家发现跟船的噪音有关。好，那在谁的身上有这样的状况呢？在这个好 baleen whales 就是这个须鲸啊，胡须的须，好须鲸啊。那这个 baleen 就是本来就是指那个鲸须，好鲸的那个须，那所以它后面加一个 whales 变成须鲸，好，所以之前大家发现在须鲸身上呢，他们长期的压力跟船只的噪音是有关系的。那这都在哪里发现呢？是在 in prior studies， prior 就是早先的，在早先的研究中，大家已经发现了这一点了。
For oceanographers, this has provided them with the chance to study marine life in a uniquely calm environment. Now, in this sentence, the word this doesn't actually point to anything in the two previous sentences. It's talking about the subject of this article, which is that the coronavirus lockdown shut down shipping and reduced the amount of noise pollution. So for oceanographers, this reduction in noise pollution has provided them with a chance to study marine life in a uniquely calm environment.
好，所以呢，对于这些海洋学家来讲呢，好 ，this 就是指这个噪音减少这件事情，哈，也就是这篇文章所谈的这些主要就是噪音减少这件事情呢 ，has provided them with 就是提供给他们什么东西呢 ？You provide somebody with something， 哈，所以提供给他们一个 a chance 一个机会 to 可以去干嘛呢？一个机会可以去 study 研究 marine life 这个海洋生物。而且是在一个 uniquely 在一个独一无二的 calm 很安静的环境里面，他们可以去研究海洋生物。
Okay, let's look at our second short article here. 99-year-old UK veteran raises millions for NHS.
我们的中文标题是感动人心啊，英国老兵为医护人员募款。
Okay, we'll explain these words as we read through the article, or after I do.At the end of April, a fundraiser by Captain Tom Moore to raise 1,000 British pounds, or US $1,230, went viral and ended up bringing in more than 32 million pounds, which is US $39 million. Referred to as Captain Tom, Moore planned a sponsored walk which consisted of 100 laps around his garden in Bedfordshire, England. The fundraiser, which took place shortly before his 100th birthday, was dedicated to the National Health Service staff who had recently taken care of Moore during treatments for skin cancer and a broken hip. After his viral walk, Captain Tom released a song which topped the music charts in the UK. On his birthday, Moore was honored with a personalized message from the Queen, thousands of cards from students across the UK, and an honorary promotion to colonel.
I love that he walked around his garden.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. He's 99 years old. So at the end of April, a fundraiser What's a fundraiser? It is an activity that is designed to raise money. I find fundraising really weird. It's like, I'll walk around my garden 100 times and you will give me money. For the spectacle, I guess, for the charity, it's a weird thing, but
it's
you
a
have
cool thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you do have to do the 100 garden walks
Yeah.
to do it. Anyways, he did it. He wanted to raise 1,000 British pounds, but it went viral. It got spread across the internet. Everyone shared it because they thought it was cool, and it ended up bringing in, wow, more than 32 million pounds, which is, I don't know, magnitudes larger.
Oh, Lord, more than 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys,
1,000 is a million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah. Well, just to let you know, I'm going to take a walk downstairs very soon. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Are you going to get me coffee?
I've got some change.
I could give you enough money for a coffee if you bring the coffee back to me.
Wow, think again. OK， 好，所以这个地方呢讲到说啊，这个at the end of April， 好，在4月底呢，好，一个 fundraiser 就是它可以指募款的人，好，也可以指一个募款的活动。那在这里当然指的是一个募款的活动，啊，是由这个Captain Tom Moore 哈，他所这个组织的或者所发起的一个募款活动。那目的是要 to 好 raise 就是希望能够募集，哈，希望能够募集多少钱呢？1000块钱的英镑。啊，那大约是美金1230元。那这样的一个活动呢，啊 ，went viral， 这是主要动词哈 ，went viral 就在网络上爆红的。然后呢 ，ended up 就是结果，通常用 end up 的是表示这个结果是不是你预期之中的啊？所以他本来只要募1000英镑，结果呢 ，bringing in 啊，他带进了多少钱呢？带进了超过3200万的这个英镑啊，那这个非常大的一笔钱啊，所以这个大概是美金3900万啊，这么大的数字。
Referred to as Captain Tom, his official title is Captain Tom along with his family name Moore, but in many countries we shorten formal names or titles to something familiar like Captain Tom. Then we go back to calling him by or referring to him as or with his family name, Moore, planned a sponsored walk. Now, this has to do with fundraising. I'll walk and I'll do it. I'll sponsor a walk and you pay for it.
But usually a walk is something like crazy, like I will walk 400 miles or something that's like a great stretch for the person so that there's some element of can he or she do it.
And in this case, when you're 99, believe me, it
Are you 99? I think you're a bit short of that, so I'm not sure we can trust you on that.
I won't tell you my real age. 100 laps for his 100th birthday. Now, a lap is one time around something. Around what? His garden.
We have no idea how big his garden is, though.
A typical English garden is not small. And he was a captain, which in those days had a decent income.
Yeah, but is it petty bourgeoisie small or is it petty landowner small?
I suspect the latter.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like maybe 20 pings maximum.
Yeah, 所以这个他这个花园大概多大？其实我们不知道，不过应该不会很小啊。所以呢，他 planned 他规划 a sponsored walk， 就是一个接受赞助的啊，有赞助的一个 walk， 一个健走或者步行啊 ，sponsor 就是赞助，那这里加 ed 表示受到赞助的。那这个 walk 呢，它 consisted of， 它是由多少组成呢？由多少的量组成呢？是由100圈啊 ，lap 就是圈，是围绕他的 garden 啊，是在英国他的这个住家这里。
The fundraiser, which took place shortly before his 100th birthday, so he was not yet 100, this fundraiser was dedicated to the National Health Service, or NHS staff, who had recently taken care of Moore. And he had had treatments for skin cancer and a broken hip, which are really common things to have at 99 years old.
My mother had them at 90.
Mine's only 83 and she's already had both, so.
Wow， 所以这个老人家很容易有那个 broken hip 啊 ，hip 就是髋骨哈，大概因为你如果一不小心一跌倒，可能就髋骨就会裂开来，就会骨折哈。好，那这个地方讲到说呢， 这个the fundraiser 这次的募款活动这个 which 就是 took place 举行它什么时候发生呢？是 shortly before his 100th birthday， 在他100岁生日之前没多久他就进行了这一次募款活动。那这个募款活动呢 was dedicated to， 他是要献给谁呢？献给这个The National Health Service， 这个是英国的称为国民健保署跟这个就是健保的一个政府负责健保的一个政府单位。那给这个单位里面的 staff， 就是在那里工作的人或者是这个为国民健保署工作的人通常大概就是医护人员所以要献给这些人。那这些人怎么样 ？Who had 这些人 recently 最近 taken care of 照顾 more 在什么时候照顾他呢？在他 treatments 就是治疗。当他在治疗这个 skin cancer， 他有皮肤癌，那还有这个髋骨这个有问题在这个治疗期间照顾他的那些医疗人员，他要谢谢他们。
After his viral walk, that means the walk which became viral, Captain Tom released a song. He sang a song and someone helped him to release it, to make it public. It topped the music charts. It was number 1 in the UK.
好，在他这个 viral walk， 就是这个 the walk which became viral 或者 went viral， 就是这个造成轰动的这个步行之后健走之后呢这个 Captain Tom 他 released a song， 他发表了一首歌那这首歌呢结果 topped the music charts 结果呢登上了排行榜的冠军topped 就是在登上最高点，也就是登上了冠军。那这个排行榜是怎么样？是在这个音乐排行榜是英国的音乐排行榜得到了冠军。
And then, on his birthday, Moore was honored with a personalized message from the Queen, thousands of cards from students across the UK, and an honorary promotion to colonel. Colonel is a higher rank in the military than captain.
这 colonel 通常是相对于我们的上校那这 colonel 这个字这个英文里面很有趣，就是你要特别注意它的发音它不是那种 colonial colonel 都不是是 colonel 一个的声音跑出来那这个如果各位对这个为什么这个字会这样念有兴趣的话，你可以去查一下 Google 一下那 Wikipedia 里面我印象中好像有谈到好，所以呢这个地方我们讲到说 on his birthday 在他生日那一天呢 Moore was honored with 他得到什么样的荣耀呢？得到什么样的荣誉呢？得到了一个 a personalized message from the Queen the personalized 就是依照他个人所特制的一个来自于英国女皇的 message 所以换句话说呢不是说这个罐头信件这个英国女皇准备很多信名字换一下就给你了，不是，它是 personalized 就专门为他打造，专门为他写的一个 message 好，然后呢他还得到什么 thousands of cards from students across the UK 还有来自于全英国学生寄来的数千张的卡片这显然的卡片表达这个对于这个这位爷爷的尊敬等等的那当然还有一个得到什么呢？得到 honorary promotion honorary 就是荣誉的就荣誉的晋升晋升到这个上校不过 honorary usually you don't get any pay, right?
No.Okay.
It's an honor.
It's an honor. Okay. 所以呢 honorary 通常表示他不会给你真的钱那 honorary 这是荣誉嘛，荣誉就是你得到的荣誉应该很高兴的。
But in this case, it also means that he's not going to be able to walk into any military office and start telling people what to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's an honor without a position.
对，而且他也不是说真的表示他必须要到部队里面去干嘛所以这是荣誉，这是一个就纯粹是个荣誉晋升到上校。
Okay, hope you enjoyed these 2 short articles as much as we enjoyed teaching you them. Until the